Everyone, and welcome to Geeky Geezers. I'm your host, Aged Boomer. This is my co-host, PaPa Pacelli.
Hello.
We have special guests, deleted scenes. Like I said, Big Al, you're welcome to join us if you're listening. I did send you a link. Short notice. I'm like thinking this afternoon. I'm like, oh, I was supposed to send out invites to the stream, wasn't I? For this rewatch, but Netter of Netters Network is of course always welcome. Welcome. Actually, she's welcome anytime. But let's go ahead and read the chat. It is my birthday today.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Agent Boomer. Thank you, Netter of Netters Network. Thank you, Big Al, for the happy birthday. Horizon Talker, welcome. Thank you for the birthday. Thank you. You ever see that movie Spooky's deleted scenes?
I'm aware of it. I've never seen it.
In the trailer, the kid opens up the birthday present. There's a guy's head inside, and it goes, "Happy birthday, Billy." I should have done that where it's "Happy birthday, Boomer" instead, right? Just. He ran away from home because his parents forgot his birthday, and then ended up getting mauled by a were cat, I think, and then getting buried alive. It's not a good movie. Anyway, welcome to Penzek. I think you had something in there about grabbing the pudding. I think I missed it. Hold on. Grab your pudding and get your geezer on. Yes. And okay, well that's it for now. This is a special stream. No news tonight. We will be back with news next week. If we did have news tonight, I'd be ranting about Indiana Jones getting destroyed at Cannes. Well over a month before its release, and it's only the eighth most expensive movie ever made.
Oh my gosh, that's just
300 million flushed down the toilet. What's going on here? But hey, we're not here to talk about that stuff tonight.
I'll tell you, man. That's you will have a lot to say about that in the future. We really will.
I'm almost terrified for Lucasfilm, but I shouldn't be because they've screwed up so much and made everyone's life miserable over their decisions. But this is like a bomb about to hit them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a slow motion bomb, but I'm using the B word. I'm probably getting in trouble with the quote unquote algorithm. Welcome everyone to Geeky Geezers tonight. What you sipping on, Troy?
Black cherry sparkling water.
I have a cherry Coke myself. Figured I'd have something special. And how about yourself, deleted scenes? Anything fancy to drink?
I've got my customary sweet tea here.
Okay.
No. Nice.
There's someone drinking a flat Coke in one scene in this movie. Got to get your indie zen on, Boomer. So as usual, unfortunately, this stream falls on a special day. This is my birthday, and I figure we're gonna treat it light tonight. But we figured this could be like an extended good old days.
Yeah.
We've mentioned the movie Mazes and Monsters in the past, and we're going to be doing a watch party for it. So, pinned is the Cosme link Troy has set up. If you want to join, watch on there. But of course, apparently this movie is available everywhere to watch.
It doesn't surprise me at all. I was saying that the reason that I have this on DVD, the reason that it was in like a $2 bin or whatever is because it probably either fell into public domain or they got the licensing going for so cheap because this, as I recall, this was a made-for-TV film, right?
This is a made-for-TV movie. In fact, it's interesting. We didn't really. We're going to have a good old days. Most one of our good old days should be the early career of Tom Hanks.
Well, this would be it. Isn't this his first film?
I think so. I think he was a killer in some slasher movie that came out around this time.
Could be.
I don't know what else he's been in. He was on that Family Ties episode, where he was a guest on that Family Ties episode.
Mm-hmm.
Where he played,
he played Meredith Baxter's brother.
And he had a drinking problem. That was the thing on the show. You know what's interesting about Family? Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Before that, he had a guest appearance on Happy Days, where he played a bully. No. He played someone who had been bullied by Fonzie when they were younger, and he had spent his whole life like Batmaning up. He'd studied karate. He'd been working out because he wanted to go and beat the crap out of
Fonzie.
Fonzie. And the whole B story was that Fonzie was supposed to be winning this Humanitarian of the Year award. So he definitely didn't want to get into a fight with anyone. So he kept trying to avoid the guy. And so this guy, Tom Hanks, right? He starts doing all kinds of things to other people, kind of like the whole, super villain trying to pull Superman out, right? You got to come and fight me. And if you don't, I'm going to hurt the ones you love. So he finally walks into Al's and he goes, look, I am not going to fight you. I feel really bad about, what happened all those years ago, but I moved on. You should have too, but if this is the only way that you're gonna, get past it, go ahead, take your best shot. I won't even fight back. So he, does this big like flying roundhouse kick or whatever in slow motion. He goes like through the door and out whatever, and they're like, oh my gosh, and everyone runs through the door to see, and then they all start coming back like, oh my God, what happened? And he just walks in with that face, and Tom Hanks is like, oh, I'm dead. But he resolves it peacefully. He's like, okay, you got that out of your system now. It's like clearly Fonzie could have taken him out if he wanted to, but he's a better person than that. That's always how Fonzie was, right? He always had the moral high ground by the end, or if he didn't, he learned it by the end, right? Sorry, that has nothing to do with Tom Hanks, other than he played the role of the
bully. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. A Happy Day is a big deal show.
Yeah.
According to Big Al, he was on the Love Boat as well.
Everyone was on the Love Boat at some point.
And welcome, Mr. Matchstick. Thank you for the happy birthday. And Horizon Talker. And it was a Tom Hanks though. Just he had a weird early career. He was best known in the 80s
too.
Well, he was best known in the 80s for comedies. He was a comedic actor.
Booze and Buddies.
Yeah,
Booze and Buddies. That's where you really knew him from.
Yeah. He was on that. He was in a lot of comedies. Dragnet.
Well, that movie, that kind of like spoof of the TV series.
Yeah, and Money Pit with Shelley Long. And,
I forgot about that. The Burbs.
My favorite, The Burbs. Yeah, so he made his rounds as a comedic actor back then. Then took a dramatic turn for Philadelphia later on, and then he sort of goes back and forth now.
One thing to say about Philadelphia, I think that's the movie where people kind of realize he had the dramatic chops.
Yeah.
I think everybody, you hear all these actors talk about being typecast. It takes one good role to break type. And when you break type, that tells the world you have talent,
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what it is when you go back and forth. Jim Carrey tried that, and I don't think it landed.
Well,
he did do some dramatic stuff, but yeah.
I think, there's a difference between doing a dramatic role playing someone who's dying from, HIV, and I think that was a biopic, wasn't it? He was playing a real person, wasn't he? I don't remember, but Jim Carrey took some roles that were, while being dramatic, were pretty dark and not in a guys dying of some disease kind of dark, but dark like things like Cable Guy and what was it, the Spotless Mind one, where the sci-fi where he has his memory removed and stuff like that. It's like, this is just dark and depressing type stuff,
But they were still actually, no, Eternal Sunshine, I do like that one. That was one with Elijah Wood acting like a little perv throughout the movie. Remember that? That was just...
Oh, yeah.
Because he was in love with Kate
against
Winslet.
The movie. I'm just saying that's not the best way to get people to go, oh, yeah. He did such a great role in that movie, Get him out for this one,
He knows you're alone was a slasher. Thank you, Big Al. Like I said, I did send you a link if you wanted to join us. All right, but No pressure if you don't feel up to it tonight, though. But then if you had any comments on this movie, maybe you saw it live. Daniel Heron, welcome. You can join Deleted Scenes and myself on Birdman's channel this Wednesday. We're going to be doing a rewatch of Superman 4.
Oh, the
I was
best of the
shanghaied.
Superman
I
movies,
did not agree to this. I had a gun to my head. No.
You haven't seen it,
Because,
have you?
no,
I'm almost wondering if you should go into
I
it
haven't.
blind. I don't know.
Because the thing about it is when I was broached to be on the panel for Superman 4, I thought it was a joke actually at first, and then Friday night Boomer's like, no, he's going to be joining us on the show. Okay, well, I guess this is real.
Well, I guess I'm committed now.
Well, no, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man, and wait for you'll have to see Birdman and get into a fight over the merit of Superman 3. I still think the movie has some merit. It's not perfect. I'm not okay. No. It has problems, but there are things I do love about it, and I think it could have been. Big Al says he saw Raw Horse, really liked it. That's fine. A lot of people did. Like I said, my own dad loved it. He big fan of that movie. I just felt I liked my World War I movies a little grittier, but. Or maybe I don't know what that says about me. Maybe it just says Jim Carrey's was the Truman Show. Truman Show was good. Cable Guy is one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies, though. You ever see Cable Guy?
I did. It's
yes.
It's a dark comedy, right?
Yeah.
It's got some humor in it, but it's creepy and dark, and I love that too. Netter and I still quote it from time to time. Cometh here that I might brain thee.
Oh, Medieval Times. Have you ever been to Medieval Times?
Yes, I actually had a birthday at Medieval Times.
I did. We did a Medieval Times once too. Oh, it was funny listening to my sister because anyone that wasn't on our team, she would scream out, "Boo!" And I'm like, "Come on, don't do that. These are still trained horsemen. This is,
but if you're getting in the spirit of it, that's
you got to yell boo.
It's not like they're really fighting to the death.
I've done a couple of those dinner shows. I did one that was themed on pirates. That was another one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we literally. Yeah, I don't think I've ever mentioned this. There's a Medieval Times, literally the next town over from us. I pass it on the expressway all the time. So yes. Yeah.
So welcome, Connie Cleary
and Stephen Ransom. Welcome.
Happy
Everyone
birthday.
coming to wish you a happy birthday.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Like I said, figure we'll keep it light, but let's give a little bit of background before we start the movie.
You bet.
Did you see this when it aired?
Yes, I did. Sure? I absolutely did.
Go ahead.
Again, this was 82. And this was right around the time I was getting into Dungeons and Dragons. I told that story very recently in last week, in fact, on Geeky Geezers on the good old days. My mother saw this movie and was a bit concerned, and I was the one who pointed out to her, this is ridiculously misinformed about what Dungeons and Dragons is. And my mother was kind of won over by the fact that I was, getting so heavily into reading and hanging out with the nerds, like serious nerds. Like, we were in grade school, and on the weekends they took college classes. This was the real smart guys. So she was like, okay. Yeah, I'm good with you hanging out with these guys,
with the smart kids.
Yeah. And I tried showing her the game and explaining it to her, and she's like, yeah, obviously this is way over my head. This is nerdy type stuff. You go, and she bought into it for you. She bought all the books for me. She bought all the box sets. But yeah, she saw this movie with me, and she was like, and I'm like, you're doing a much better job of raising me than this. I'm not going to go, lose my mind or whatever. And in a way, this movie kind of got me to start thinking about storytelling critically, or the films you watch and so forth. What is really being portrayed here? I we'll probably talk more about this as we get into the movie, but the oblique references to Dungeons and Dragons, clearly these people don't even understand what a role playing really is, or whatever. And they also don't really understand mental illness. You know, they're depicting
No.
mental illnesses in a very late 70s, early 80s fictional kind of way. And
Yes.
and it's laughable to anybody who really understands anything, really.
Like something out of an old Batman character or something, right? You know, like
Yeah, I mean, and
the guy who was
does,
obsessed with time showed up late because of a suggestion from the mayor, and then he wants revenge on the mayor, and it's the Clock King, and you know, it's just
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it's like,
And this comes off, you know, as and this was a made for TV movie, so it does have that feel of a, you know, television after school special from the late 70s, you know. But yeah, maybe I should just stop right there before I ruin too much of the film, but we'll get into that.
we'll get into it.
I'd also be curious to hear. I'm guessing most of the people in our chat have seen this movie before, but I'm not assuming that might not be the case.
I don't know, but like I said, if you'd like to join us, at least, I mean, you want to watch along. We have pinned at the top is the Cosby link that Troy has set up,
Right.
so
And
you
for
can
those
see.
of you watching in the future that don't get, you know, a chance to be here live, it is available on, you know, like what did you say, Pluto TV? And
Pluto TV, I saw it on Peacock, but it may just be the free
Peacock
version that's showing
and
everywhere.
Tubi.
Yeah,
It's on a lot
it's
of
a Film
platforms for
Rise
free
thing.
out there. Just you know, sync it up with us and hear our commentary while you watch along on your own you know, stream of
Listen,
it.
I want the made-for-TV movie that was about George Kennedy getting bit by the rabid skunk and him hallucinating. That was a made-for-TV movie, and I want
Are
to
you
see it.
kidding me?
I'm not kidding. You have to understand, y'all, made-for-TV movies of the 70s and even into the early 80s, they were they just threw something at the wall and saw what you're going to see what sticks, you know. Oh, Big Al said he saw that when the night it
The
aired.
night it
Okay,
aired.
yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
too, huh? Yeah.
We got and let's see. Daniel Heron says he's a 12th level wizard. Is that from some movie? Or maybe he just is a 12th
Isn't
level
that
wizard.
from this?
It might be, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I know you got early bedtime, Daniel, but if you want to join, just
No
hit me up
spoilers for this film from the 70s.
Just
It's
hit me up
actually
on email.
82, but yeah, it may as well have been from the 70s.
Yeah, it feels like a 70s movie. Clock King, great reference. Yes, I do like the Clock King, underrated Batman villain.
I think a lot of those of you that follow Sasha on Casually Comics, she does deep dives on
Yes.
some of these characters that, you know, are forgotten to time. Either they were one-offs or they're pretty lame. But when you really dig into their stories, you're like, actually, there's something here.
Yes.
Boosh McFadden jumping in to say happy birthday to you, man.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna get this party started. I gotta click on my own Cosby link, don't I? Hold on. Or you could just watch along anywhere, but I'm gonna go at Troy's thing. Give me one second.
Yeah, if you jump, if you're here live, just do the Cosme thing, because this way, you know, we're all synced
all
up and we're seeing
follow
it at the same,
along. Hold
same time
on.
and stuff.
You go to my own stream. All right, here though. Let's go to where
Actual quote. Big Al says, "Mazes and Monsters is a far out game. Swords, poisons, spells, battles, maiming, killing." Yeah.
You know what else? It reminds me of I don't know if you ever saw that movie Nightmares, which was like an anthology horror movie. The first segment,
familiar.
the first segment is about Emilio Estevez, and he's addicted to this arcade game called The Bishop of Battle, which of course is a riff on The Wizard of War.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, and it's a wonderful little horror movie if we'll get to watch it, but it's, you know, he's just obsessed with the game, and it's all about, you know, his obsession with the game and how it's, you know, ruining his grades and his family relations. But you know, it's an interesting little thing. There's a supernatural twist at the end. I'm not going to say what it is.
Cool,
that
cool.
movie rocks. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. All right. All right. Well, I guess if no one else is joining us tonight, we're going to go and start it.
Yep.
All right. So let me know. You want to do a 3, 2, 1, or do you
Yep.
or do you hit play yourself?
I hit play, but you can go
Okay.
ahead and count it
All
down
right.
so that the people in the future
So we're gonna do a
can link
3,
up.
2, 1. All right.
Okay. You're gonna say 3, 2, 1, play?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
3,
Mm-hmm.
2, 1.5, 1 1/4, 1.
11/16.
What are you doing? You thrust it up.
He's doing the math for you. He thought it might have been a little hard for you.
Just do this again.
Okay.
3,
Again.
2, 1, play.
There we go.
Oh, why is
All righty. This is a Lionsgate film. So
this was what got them started.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't Passion of the Christ. This is what put them on the map back in the day. They had to recover for like 20 years because of this movie. This is okay.
Rona
Wrote yeah.
I gotta be honest, I did read the book. It's not any better. I like Rona Jackson too. She wrote some other books that I like, but yeah, no.
Did she write the one about the girl that got addicted and it was on the streets or something and
Probably.
then she died?
Probably.
And I heard it was like an anonymous diary, and then it turned out that was another made for TV. It turned out it was a lie. That would have William Shatner in it.
These types of stories she wrote.
Yeah, that was actually William Shatner was in that. That's when I realized he'd aged up since he played Kirk on the original Star Trek, and it was only a few years later.
Yeah. Those university kids.
Got to close the beaches.
How come the detectives were still wearing fedoras? And the reporters.
So that you know that it's a detective and a reporter.
Oh.
You got to wear a fedora so you have a place to put the press pass up in the brim of your head.
Yes. Question. Why are they making such a big deal out of a guy disappearing? And you're having like half the police.
Why are they focusing so much on the game? Getting lost in these tunnels in and of itself is bad enough and dangerous, right?
Loss of distinction between reality and fantasy.
this is more of a commentary on the way the media works, right? Because they focus on the sensational, right?
Yes.
Oh, and then the 70s music.
This was Top of the Pops, wasn't it?
Oh God.
What is this song?
I don't know.
It makes you want to cry. But you don't know. I thought this was like a major chart topper back then, huh?
Oh. Let me just say right now, I did not choose this movie, so all blame goes to the birthday boy.
What do you mean choose this movie?
And
it's not going to get any better after the credits.
I still feel that I have to apologize to Soundtracks with Birdman for this soundtrack.
Birdman, would you like to join us to say the word? I'll send you the link. Okay. Look at this. This is about the evils of D&D. Is this the HD edition? This was originally shot for the IMAX format. You could go. I'm kidding.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine going to see this in an IMAX theater? Huh? Those buildings.
Well, I mean, yeah, you would get some great shots of the cityscape, but that's about it.
See, I hear the name Mazes and Monsters, and I think that sounds like a good time.
Right?
Exactly. Know? But if it's a good time, there's something wrong with it. 6 months earlier.
Yeah, so we know that something terrible happens. Now we're going to find out what leads up to something terrible happening.
This actor, he was in. Was he in that movie with Bill Murray about the camp, where he's the camp counselor?
No idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the name of that movie again? Meatballs. He was in Meatballs. He was the kid in Meatballs. Remember that Bill Murray befriends?
I don't remember Meatballs that well, but yeah, this is Robbie Benson. Younger people among us would know him as the voice of Beast from the original animated Beauty and the Beast.
Interesting.
obviously a German enthusiast.
That's a little weird.
That's kind of the establishing point. They're saying because he's a nerd, he's weird. This is how you depict the nerd in the early 80s.
My dad had one of those. That is a World War I German helmet, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, that's what they wore into the trenches. Yes.
Oh my God,
That does look awful.
it does.
It looks like a sanitarium.
It does.
This is where they should put the Tom Hanks character.
Right, exactly.
It's just...
That is awful.
Oh, I heard Netter. Okay.
Yeah.
Be careful. Be careful. He will hire Adam Baldwin to kick the crap out of you.
Oh. This sounds like a play.
It does. It absolutely does.
This is like stage acting right here.
It is. Although I will say what he's saying is kind of on point.
No, it's not necessarily bad dialogue. It's just the way it's being delivered. It's like something you'd hear on a stage, not something you'd see in a movie. It was interesting when I took a film class many years ago. There was a little video that my professor gave me to watch, and it was about acting. Michael Caine giving actors lessons on this is how you act for the stage, but this is different than how you act for the camera.
Right.
And he was saying how with the stage it's really about projecting and stuff like that. But with
and that's something that I've spoken to a number of times in the earlier days of television. Heck, right up into the 80s.
Yeah.
A lot of the TV productions were the actors were all thinking of it as stage productions. Most of them came from the stage.
Oh.
And especially the sitcoms that were filmed live in front of a studio audience, they played it like it was a stage production for the live studio audience,
Interesting. Okay, and that's how I think 12 Angry Men started out as one of those, right? Before it was a theatrical movie, it was it was a made-for-TV production, stage production. She is a lot taller than her mom.
Yep.
Bright girl scare them.
This is early 80s woke.
Yeah. It was that whole, real men don't want a smart woman thing that never made sense to me.
It's a bunch of nonsense. It's never been corroborated.
I've come to the point in my life where I realize whenever someone makes those kinds of sweeping generalizations, it's usually misattributed. When women say men don't want smart women, no, it's not that they don't want smart women. They don't want arrogant women that are arrogant about their being smart. The problem is you, not the intelligence.
It's a personality thing.
Exactly.
Yes, men do care about personality. That's something that they do.
And this guy should have played Steve Rogers.
Oh my goodness.
He could have. Yeah.
Is this where he's talking about, I want to make computer games?
But
games for computers.
The funny thing is, you could make really good money doing that.
Well, the funny thing is, too, he also said you could do it as a hobby. That is not necessarily wrong here. A lot of early computer games were done as hobbies.
Yeah.
While the guy was working his real job. Like Jordan Mechner made Prince of Persia on his own.
Oh.
I mean, that was, in fact, the guy that made, even today, the guy that made the indie hit Axiom Verge made it all by himself. And it was a side project that he did all by himself. So, you can. Besides, you got to be like Flynn. You got to make it at the company while you're working for IBM. And then, they steal your work. And then you have to go hack their system, to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Why didn't we watch Tron? Sorry. See, Tron's like an early '80s movie, like, but it's good. It's like it's the whole Grant University, like Ulysses
like
S. Grant.
Bush McFadden is in the chat in Cosme, and he's saying, "Son, you're a nerd. You're upsetting your mother, nerd."
He doesn't even look like a nerd. Like you were saying, he looks like Steve Rogers. Come on,
Right.
This is ridiculous.
Well, very stereotyping here, right? You got the goofy nerd who wears weird hats because weird goofy nerd. You have the
young
rich
woman that wants to
kid-
be a serious writer, you know?
Yeah, right, exactly. You got the rich kid who has ambitions of his own that are never going to match up to what his father wants.
And then what's Tom Hanks's problem?
He's crazy.
It's
Well,
just-
it's kind of true. I mean, he's dealing with, issues with his brother, family stuff.
oh, that's right. Is it me, or in all these made-for-TV movies, do the parents always look a lot older than the kids?
Yeah, you're right.
And I'm not saying you can't have kids when you're older, but it always seemed like a thing, because I think what happens is they cast older actors as the young people in the college or in high school.
True.
So then they have to make the parents even older than they would be normally, you know? It's
And then also remember, this was CBS, and CBS always skewed to an older audience.
True.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
We just look. I don't know. I'm expecting Homer Simpson to pull up next and scream,
Right.
Nerds!
Nerds.
Oh, I know it's such a simple Simpsons clip, but it just the way he screams "nerd," it's so awful. It's just,
Bush makes a great point. He says, "Yeah, they would have had Hanks when they were in their 40s."
All right, let me check on our chat, see if anybody is saying anything. We watched Meatballs. Oh yeah, I know you did. That's Louis Sorrell. She was. Oh, Daniel Harris is shoot me the link. Okay, give me a second. Ah, You like that classical music?
Yeah, this isn't so bad, I guess. But it's a little annoying because they're using it to say, college, right?
Well, it's prestigious university.
Yeah.
Only the best go here.
Girls, ew.
This is kind of like a pilot. This movie kind of starts off like a pilot for a rip-off of the Paper Chase.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be funny. They should have done a sequel to this.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't.
They'd have to recast, though, because they couldn't get Tom Hanks back for, so they have to cast somebody else.
Right.
All right. Give me a second.
I would
And this one time
to
at band
avoid someone
camp,
that looked like Jason. Yeah.
The heck? Because it put him in a bad way, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, you get the impression he had some issues, and any distractions were probably not good for him.
We should do a spoof of this movie,
It'd
right?
be hard.
All right, hold on. Give me a second.
When you see an extra who's at a university party and he's balding, you kind of look and go, really? The 40-year-old freshman, right?
Oh, give me a second. Hold on.
How freaking many hats does Robbie Benson have?
Well, what's wrong with having hats? It'd be funny if he came home and his mom threw out all his hats, right?
Wouldn't
know what
be
I'm saying?
surprised. Wouldn't be surprised.
There we are. Okay. There you go, Daniel. If you want to pop in, I'll send you the link. Hold on. Give me a minute. All right. There we go.
Now, see, there's your first indicator that they don't even really know what. I mean, it implies that that Mazes and Monsters is some sort of an organized, like Gen Con type of thing, because
Yeah.
anyone who's ever played these games knows that you could play any character at any level at any time. You don't identify as being ninth level,
He has as many hats as he does alternate personalities, Boosh McFadden says.
Yeah,
Hold on.
kind of makes sense. Although I'd say he's the same dweeb through this whole movie.
In college, we got a new friend as me and our DM were talking, and a guy overheard, burst in the room, and said, "You guys talking D&D? He never left." Laugh out loud. Is that how it was back in college?
I mean,
D&D?
I didn't stay on campus in. Now here's another thing. You look at that DM screen. That's actually, yeah, I could see people making stuff like that. Although nobody ever used 12-sided dice for anything. This was terrible. These miniatures that they're using, these little popsicle stick and paper things that they have.
Well, you could buy the official stuff, right? Even back then?
Yes, absolutely. Even literally from the time that Gary Gygax was putting out the little pamphlets, they had lead miniatures.
So he's the monk, right? Or the cleric or something.
Yeah. I do have to say that even here, Tom Hanks, his acting chops are a good smidge above everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really surprise me that he went on to, some pretty big stardom.
Do they have enough candles here? Seriously?
Again, I would be hard pressed to believe that this kind of a setting ever really actually happens. You
gotta set your dorm room on fire.
Anyone who ever played Dungeons and Dragons knows you're sitting, at a dining room table, under dining room lights. Everyone's eating, Doritos with washing it down with Mountain Dew.
It's always Mountain Dew, yes.
And he looks over and says, "Hey, she was in Air Force One."
Oh, sorry, Birdman's been waiting. Welcome, Birdman.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Little
Oh
Birdman.
no, he comes in just as another song starts. Oh, I'm so sorry, Birdman.
Well, Birdman, no, this is what we need him for. Are you watching with us? Just out of curiosity, are you hearing this music?
I'm probably about maybe 10 minutes away from Dreamland myself. So, but I wanted to say happy birthday. I
Well,
hope you have a
thank you,
good birthday.
Birdman. Thank you for stopping by.
And deleted scenes. Are you good for Wednesday night?
He'll be there. He may not be good with it though.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey,
Are
it's
you
better
sure?
than this.
Yeah, it's much better than what you're watching right now.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
that's a good point.
Oh, Boosh McFadden says, "Oh, young love." Is that
And you
how
know
it
it's
works?
Young Love because of the song that's being sung, right?
Why do
All
I
right, well-
think this song would work better with Tom Jones in the vocal?
Well, Boomer, you have a good birthday, and I'll see
Thank
you on Wednesday. Sorry I can't stay, but it's been a
No,
really
it's
long.
fine. You got
long
Take
you
it
got
easy,
dogs
buddy.
to take care of. But thank you for stopping by, Birdman.
Yeah,
Catch
happy
you later.
birthday, and Troy. Good to see you, my friend.
You too, man. Take
I'll
care.
be back
Bye-bye.
in Chicagoland probably like mid next year.
Okay.
Cool.
Stay safe.
I'll try not to get murdered.
Yeah.
Bye
What I
bye.
do all the time.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Take care.
Good night.
Take care.
I like dogs.
Okay, so here's the
Do
backstory.
I remove him or does he remove himself?
I'm trying.
Oh, there we go. I kicked him out. What am I missing? I was looking at the dog now. Hello?
No, he's just starting to go into his backstory about his
I don't
brother-in-law.
care.
I know.
His brother ran away from home and did drugs and got run over by a train or something. Is that what
Something
happened?
like that.
He took LSD. He thought he was Superman and he couldn't fly.
Actually, I don't think they even know what happened to his brother.
They don't explain it, do they?
No.
I don't know. Sorry, my fan's going overtime on here. Hold on. He never kept in touch.
Yep.
I mean, he gave him money to run away, and he never saw him again.
Exactly. And he didn't know that,
If you didn't give him the money, he would have gotten the money some other way. All right. Just
yeah,
like
but
Midnight
I
Cowboy.
do understand. I mean, at least this starting element makes sense, right? It's not rational for a college guy, but you carry these things with you through your life. And as a kid, that's how he thought. And it doesn't really go away.
Look,
now
he's
we get the
running.
weird 70s dream sequence.
So it sounds like he was already having problems, so it's not really the game's fault.
Well, exactly. And this
Then
was
why-
a point that I made to my mother. It's like, look, this guy is obviously already disturbed, If you've already got a mental disorder, you're gonna latch on to something, whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or
Hearts, maybe playing a game of Hearts or something. It's gonna be whatever.
or rock and roll music or sitcoms. I don't know, whatever.
Become obsessed
Weird
with I
hats.
Dream. You become obsessed with I Dream of Jeannie.
Well, a healthy guy's gonna get a little obsessed with come on, let's be serious.
There's a show I'd like to live in. Okay, I'm just saying,
Right?
It's like, I'm stuck living inside a TV series. That I can think of worse things. When do you guys actually get studying done? You're tomorrow's leaders of America. That's a bad.
Well, that would explain where we're at now, wouldn't it?
Oh man, that's an Uncle Floyd hat.
Yeah.
Studying?
Oh my
What's
God.
that?
What? Studying? What's that?
Studying? What's that?
Yeah.
We didn't come to college to study.
Right.
Hey, you haven't gone to college until you've written your 12-page paper the night before class and stayed up all
Yeah,
night, right?
I remember doing that.
You don't want to make that a habit because you will crash at some point on one of those papers. Okay.
Well, in fairness, I wrote a sentence or two when the assignment was first, given to me. And then I finished the other 12 pages, the night before.
Never do today what you can put off doing tomorrow, right?
Right. Exactly.
Why is she acting like someone in her 40s here? I don't know. It's just,
well, again, it's that whole age shift of the actor and the character, right?
contains
Robbie
lead.
Benson is probably the only one here who's actually aged correctly for his character.
But he's supposed to be like a prodigy. He's too young for the school.
You're right.
But
He
he's
should
probably
be
the
high
age he
school
would
age.
be. But he's
Yeah.
probably 18 here or
Yeah.
19.
You know who this movie needs?
Who?
Richard Dreyfuss.
I
Oh,
can
that'd
see
be
that.
funny.
Yeah.
He could be the teacher lecturing them and yelling at them about. Actually, no. Yeah. And he would just. It's just he'd be the reporter. He'd be the reporter investigating mazes and monsters.
The mysterious forbidden people caverns.
Talk about it forever, be immortal. I think Big Al participated in some of these real life RPG or role playing games, right?
I'm sorry, who did?
Didn't Big Al take part in some of these things, like
Well,
where it's like real life?
Big Al was
You're still in
in
the chat, you can chime in.
Society for Creative Anachronism, and so
that's
they
right.
did like the medieval battles and stuff like that.
Cool. He's such a dork. He's like in a flight jacket now, right? And
Yeah.
see right here though. Look at Tom Hanks. He's got the girlfriend. He's this is normal. Your nice, normal, healthy life here. This is good. She's acting
okay.
like
So
an
it wasn't SCA, but they were more historically accurate than SCA.
Have they been dating like a week or something?
Yeah, I wasn't clear on how much time had passed.
It's like, move in with me.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to give us the idea that there has been some passage of time, but
okay, with the montage, that's right.
But nonetheless, regardless of how much time has passed, he clearly wasn't on the same page as her in their relationship. So,
no,
essentially, he's still kind of rushing things.
See, this is okay. Like maybe when you're 8, to be dressed in these funny outfits. Maybe not even then, but I'm just saying he's.
Yeah.
I'll say this is one of his better ones, though. At least.
True.
I mean, that's a cool jacket. I'll say that. I don't like caves, by the way.
Yeah, I understand that. And this is particularly foolhardy because, in the middle of the night going alone, that's just a very, very dangerous.
That's asking to die. That's what you're doing
Right.
here. Even when I'm on like
thank you, Osborne.
Yeah. Like when
Sorry,
when
Deep
we're
Star
on
6.
Deep Star 6. Oh, I
Because
haven't
there's
seen
a
that in
character in Deep
ages.
Star 6 who says, I don't like caves right before they go into a cave and you get killed. So,
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Deep Star 6 in ages. That's aliens underwater, right?
basically.
Basically, yeah. Hanks is such a big dork. His brother died of shame. Yeah, probably in this movie. Yeah. Hear the sinister music? See, this is for you in the audience thinking that something, satanic is about to happen, right?
I guess.
It's all fun and games till, the devil emerges, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen here, though, because
It's all
this
fun
isn't.
and
This
games
is
until you open a portal to hell.
yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. That doesn't happen to this because they're not. This isn't coming from the stance of this being. I mean, I'll say this: there was the whole satanic panic thing in the '80s, but I don't think
Right.
that's what this movie is
No.
channeling. I think it's more.
This wasn't the specific angle it was going for.
It was like a mental health issue here.
Right.
What's with all the candles? You got piles of books behind them. That's not smart, dude.
And how much effort it is to light all those damn candles.
I'm not doing that.
Is this your favorite movie? Bush is asking.
Me?
Yeah.
Actually, it's not even my favorite TV movie. I have Duel as my favorite TV movie.
Oh, okay.
Made by the great Steven Spielberg. It was his first starting project. Really? Have you seen Duel deleted scenes?
Not for some time.
Okay, it holds up very well. It's Jaws but with a truck. That's how I would describe it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, now we can't play the game anymore because he killed off his character. Did he get his character killed on purpose, or did he just not care?
He absolutely did.
Like, let's go to the caves.
I'd like to propose a new game. Twister. I'll get the lube.
Oh, no. I have to get back with Big Al on doing Robin of Chevrolet episodes, but there's one episode where the sheriff of Nottingham is basically, look, if they want to hang out in the woods and worship some forest god or something, that's fine. I don't care. And he's saying, what is it, like eight men to one woman? That's not gonna end well or something. They were making fun. He was such a cynical jerk on that show. He's She ends up going with the blonde-haired guy. Spoiler.
Yeah.
Look, it's not just that you're super handsome, but you're also super rich. That's what
right.
She should have said.
There's an element to that too.
I want to borrow a skeleton.
Right. Why bother keeping it a secret? Nobody cares.
Oh.
See? There you go.
Did they do anything to bribe this kid with? What's he bribing him with?
I don't know.
I would have brought like a pizza or something. You know?
Is that Lewis from Homicide?
Let me look. It might be.
It looks a lot like him.
It might
Like a really
be,
young version.
yes.
Yeah, he could be.
Yeah, I think it is him actually. He still acts today. He was on the show Evil, most recently.
He's promising to stop bothering him. That's what he offered.
Oh, that's so bad. Just buy him a pizza. No guy in the lab is going to say no to a pizza. Take the skeleton, right? Am I wrong here?
True.
Just nerds. Yeah, maybe if you guys were doing something healthy for your psyche, like theater, right?
Right. Yeah, this is a LARP now. It has now become a LARP.
Who made you DM? I have a question. Was the DM also playing the game in this?
He shouldn't have been.
Did he have a character as well?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know how
that
doesn't
that way too.
Okay, I thought that was the DM is his own thing, and then.
But you do have to, if you're gonna be the DM doing that, you do have to keep player and character knowledge separate, and kind of play the NPC, let the players make the decisions.
Why are you going into the caves?
In the chat, Bush is saying, "I've never heard of this movie. Now I know why." Well, that was it was not only the fact of anybody at the time having heard of the movie. It's have you heard of Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Because unless you were playing it, it wasn't exactly the most widely known thing.
Hanks is 28 here. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's why I think Robbie Benson is actually probably 18 here. It was either this or Bad Ronald, but I figured this was easier to come by than Bad Ronald, right? Bad Ronald's a brilliant made-for-TV movie where actually, it's another one of these movies about a kid that has a break with fantasy and reality. But that's because he murdered one of the neighbor girls by accident and then ends up getting hit to the wall, so he starts retreating into fantasy. He's writing like a fantasy novel, and now he's starting to think everything's real,
And see, I think this was the
what?
Booch McFadden said hi, Netter, on Cosme. And I'm sorry, I'm just distracted because the comments from Cosme pop up on my screen. This would be the movie that was remade into a modern streaming series called Critical Role.
Oh, that's right. Critical Role. Okay. They dress in costume on that?
They do sometimes, yeah. Bush says Vox Machina is a lot of fun. I have heard about it. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm gonna have to check it out.
Now I feel like playing an RPG video game. I don't know. What's the closest I have to D&D? Probably one of the Diablo games. It'd be funny. I don't know. This is just like Are we having fun yet in the caves in the middle of the night?
Yeah, I mean this is not that exciting so far.
This is so much more fun than beer pong over at the sorority, right? This is just...
Well, yeah, this scene is dragging, man. Yeah, I thought the same thing. How long until they eat JJ?
Hope the monsters from the descent show up.
Imagine if he returns it and they can't get the flashlight out of the mouth at the med lab.
Right.
Time will tell.
Take the flashlight. I guess not.
Ancient ruins, huh? What's the bitter herb? Is it a packet of mustard?
I don't know. Kale chips? Yeah.
So he's ultimately responsible for the downfall of Tom Hanks' bike because he didn't want to split up, and now he's going to go nuts.
Could be.
So the movie's almost over, right? Oh, you want to
No,
hear me
we're only
ranting?
20 minutes in.
You want to hear me ranting? Go to Birdman's channel. You hear me ranting about Alien 3. Oh no, it's still not good. Maybe if it hadn't. Go ahead.
Bush said news report: 4 college students in their 30s have gone missing.
No one cares. That's the thing.
I
You're not
know.
going to have all these reporters, and you're not going to have all these police. If there was a dead body, maybe. But I mean, come on. This is just. What's a Goreville? Is that like a goblin?
It's probably a proprietary creature from the Mazes and Monsters compendium.
Whoa. I'm freaking out. Shouldn't that be where the commercial break happens?
You're right.
There's nothing
I
there.
killed the air.
Yeah, no, but see, in context, they're like, wow, you're really getting into this. Okay.
It didn't look that interesting to me. Is this where he has the psychotic break and he now thinks he's the character?
Yeah, he kind of already is. Yeah. The childish imagination of a 28-year-old.
Oh no. Pardue?
That's his character's name.
Okay.
Oh, they were.
This is the
just showing
commercial
it in
break
slow
here.
motion, so that's how you know something poignant just happened.
Well, you know. It was a dark and stormy night. This is
Party went off his meds.
okay, Troy. Question: what was the allure of the TV movie of the week?
What was the allure of what?
The TV movie of the week.
Boredom, probably.
Was it better than a rerun of Different Strokes? Is that what's going on here? I mean, this is just.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could. Yeah. I am 99% certain that's his voice too.
Yeah. Holy in all your life.
Well, that sucks.
I did not agree to that.
Walk alone. The Two Towers. So he had a vision.
Yeah. Or, he just had a dream.
Oh, I had a dream. I had to stop seeing my hot girlfriend there.
Yeah, right. Is this Tom Hanks' worst role? I don't know. Maybe.
There's Joe versus the volcano, right?
Well, there's that. Yeah, good point.
What was wrong with Joe versus Volcano?
I not seen it. I heard bad things though.
I thought it was fine.
It was another one of those. There were some good things about it.
But come on, Abe Vigoda is like the
Yeah.
Indian chief.
Yeah, Joe versus the
Is there a
volcano.
ceremony or anything? Nah, you just jump in.
Okay, look, here's the thing. You keep giving me your writing samples to read, and they're not very good. That's what I would have told her.
Yeah.
Last time, you're just a little too intellectual for my taste. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, it was another thing about the 70s, those weird transitions. I mean, I'm fine with fade to black, fade in, but that freeze frame is just strange.
I mean, we still have transitions on modern TV. I think they're just a little smarter. They just go straight to black, and then you get like another opening up. I think they're better. I'll say this: they're better today. See, not everything about today is bad. We got better transitions on TV, I think.
Yeah, Bush said, I had a dream and now I'm gay. I don't think it's so much that he's gay, because he's not into women anymore.
Yeah.
She's too old for him.
Oh.
I got this invite out to this island.
So you're available.
Bush says, oh, snap, she a hoe. Well, no, I think what it really is, I mean, maybe I'm giving Rona Jaffe too much credit here, but I think that for all of her, feminist talk earlier, she's just very insecure. I think these days they'd call her a pick-me girl.
A what?
A pick-me girl.
Oh, okay.
She just wants to be, wanted.
Okay, I'd like you a little bit more if you stop talking. I'm sorry. Stop giving me your theories. I want to talk about me and my troubled relationship with my dad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, I bought you a burger. Come on. Like, oh my word. The Great Hall, the Two Towers. That's infringement. The what?
The secret city under the earth.
Purify my mind. No more watching Benny Hill reruns. I don't know. This is just. So what's that? What happens if he exceeds his levels or something? Right? Does he like what's his goal here by going to the Great Hall?
The implication is that he ascends or something like that.
Ascends to the heavens and
Becomes one with the Great Hall, whatever. It would be great if Yakety Sax started playing.
Where's the old caretaker guy saying, "Them kids better stay out of them caverns"? You
Yeah.
don't get that here. You liking this movie so far? Deleted scenes. There's some good lighting here, right?
Looks like we lost him entirely.
Oh, I'll let him back in if he's in the waiting room. Hold on. Maybe he's having some internet problems. You know what was actually lit very well for tonight was the Warriors. Remember the Warriors?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good movie. All right, so did you have the single that came with this program, Troy?
The single?
You know, for the song that played here.
No, for crying out loud. You goof. No, I highly doubt any of these songs were actually like released and available.
Do you think they were just reused on different TV specials?
Possibly,
like a year
I'm
later.
Sure, this was stuff that was
the Meredith Baxter Bernie story.
generic. You know. Yeah, the song was horrible. Yeah,
it's terrible. Why is she going in the caves again? Stay out of them caves.
it was not easy to get the cameras into these caves. They're going to get as much use out of the shots that they can. Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane.
Oh man. Okay. So D&D though, huh? Big deal back then. This was I'd say it was at its peak then, but it's always been popular, right? I mean,
It's always been moderately popular. Yeah, I think it's gotten way more popular now with things like Critical Role and whatnot.
Oh, and the Dungeons and Dragons movie is now streaming on Paramount Plus. I'm telling you, these movies, they don't stay in theaters at all anymore. It's like they come right 45 days later.
Bush says, Daniel, I'm only going to call your name like 15 more times.
Oh, there's deleted scenes. Let me let you back in. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Yeah. Alrighty,
I'm not going to recap. What? I can hear you okay. I'm not recapping what you've missed, though.
The only thing you miss is a girl walking around the caves yelling Daniel for about 15 minutes.
Well, no, then the commercial break, and you can have her yell it for another 5 more minutes.
Right.
Because, there's anticipation. Like the incidental music here?
I mean, it's acceptable, I suppose. She's been calling for 20 minutes now, but now keep calling.
Yeah, you know why you're getting lost? It's because they're caverns.
Yeah. Some bum in the cave is like, shut up. Shut up.
Oh, my word. this is a pretty good score here, right? Listen to this on a Sunday afternoon, right? Just by itself.
Yeah. No. Are you kidding? No, I just spent 30 minutes running around in the caverns calling your name.
He should say I cheated on the SATs too. No, I'm sorry. I'm just.
No, I hate to break this to you, Boosh. It's an hour and 40-minute movie.
They didn't have any commercials back then. I'm telling you, TV.
Yeah, 20 minutes of commercials in a 2-hour
2 hour
movie.
span. That's good. Now this is why we ended up with a lot of the serial type programming like Lost.
Yeah,
It's because the runtime of episodes became so short.
yeah,
The writers we give up and we're just going to do long form storytelling. That's what happened with that.
yep.
They instead of doing stuff that was more episodic. What are we talking?
She's pivoting. She had no interest in him up until now, but now she's going to come up with a retroactive reason why she was afraid to talk to him. And now another musical interlude. Okay, good.
He's going to take her back to meet his parents, and she's going to say, "Listen, you guys want to hear some of my poetry?" You know, just oh come on.
What I think would be great is if, see, it's a shame that he's dressed, right? Because it would have been awesome if he was just in normal clothes, no hat, where everyone else is dressed up.
Yeah, that would have been funny. Why are you in your monk outfit again, dude?
Because he's nuts.
That's a stupid Frankenstein outfit. This is so bad. Why didn't I pick something else? You never returned the skeleton back to us.
Oh, look, Darth Vader.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a knockoff Darth Vader in the background. It's just so bad. Pardew's the life of the party, isn't he?
Worst college parties ever.
Wait a minute. Daniel. I told you she needed that.
Yeah.
Tell me, during all of this, is he getting any studying done?
Oh, I'm sure he's not. I mean, since it is his subconscious, it kind of makes sense it would be his voice, right?
Well, that was what was interesting when they did the animated Prince of Egypt movie, where they had Val Kilmer playing Moses, as in that. When he meets God, it's Val Kilmer also doing the voice differently, but
yeah,
I think because what do you do, right? And it's so
right. That makes sense.
Why isn't he leaving in the monk outfit?
Good question. Yeah, that does kind of. You must teach them a lesson, Pardue. poop in their car. It does kind of break the conceit of the story, right? Because if he really believes himself to be Pardue, he should be dressed like it.
As in the monk outfit.
Only someone who knows he's playing a role would, dress in jeans and a jacket.
Check out the Road Warrior poster in the hallway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Road Warrior was already out?
Yep.
It's funny how the Road Warriors aged very well, and this is not aged well at all.
Not at all. No, not at all. Well, made for TV meant crap quality usually.
It's funny deleted scenes. I was watching an old Siskel and Ebert, and they reviewed Red Sonja, Back to the Future, Silverado, and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm.
They gave thumbs down to Red Sonja, but they liked the other three.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I just realized what I just said about made for TV movies.
Yeah.
As opposed to, cinema films. It's kind of analogous to cinema films today versus streaming movies and productions.
Kind of. Well, not only, actually, you have a point there, because what's in these made-for-TV movies? Messaging, right?
Yeah, it was usually, this
There's
one
a message.
This one is about, mental illness and, well, that's it. It's about mental illness, right?
If they did this movie now, there would be a lot of. Oh man, I'd shudder to think what they try to shoehorn into it.
Right. Well, that's what all the after school specials were about, right? There was always a moral lesson. Robbie, Daniel, Robbie.
Just have it go on for another 10 minutes. The Two Towers. What?
Whatever could this mean?
Yeah, he was cheating on you with another gaming group.
He said Two Towers. That's Tolkien. Did he say Tolkien right, or did he say Tolkien or Tolkien?
Here, they're going to make a reference to it now.
Yeah. I think he just did.
It's Tolkien.
I know. Pequod Caverns. Oh boy, we got to get some more scenes in these caverns here.
Right.
Kind of halfway expect Tim Curry to pop out in full Pennywise makeup.
Right.
It'd be funny. Be funny. Or just have Tim Curry playing a vagrant in there or something, right? It's like, you got any booze? It's just, he could play the town hermit, right?
Right.
What happened to hermits? We still have those around? Or are they still a thing in this modern age?
I think there's a lot more of them since COVID.
Look at this. Was this a set they built?
I have to imagine it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Later used on a, well, actually, I was going to say they could have used this on like a Battlestar Galactica episode.
I was going to say
but,
Battlestar Galactica, Voyagers,
Yeah.
Yeah, Bush said that's 100% a set.
Is he wearing a Sherlock Holmes deer stalker cap?
Could have been a pith helmet. I'm not sure.
So dumb.
Oh, you're right. It's a deer stalker.
Because he's on there. It's a mystery they're trying to solve. I don't know.
Oh no, it's not a deer stalker. It's
Never mind.
Oh, I don't know what they call those kind of hats.
And ultimately to General Hospital.
Really?
Huh.
Sorry. Yeah, he David Wallace was in General Hospital after this.
Blade Runner.
No, Blade Runner poster.
This is depressing me because it's like.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, it's like Blade Runner, Road Warrior. These are huge deal movies, and they're stuck in this thing on the wall. It's.
If he brings up plastics, I'm leaving.
JJ's on all the Adderall. Birds can't talk. Duh.
You know what would have been funny? They should have made a Naked Gun movie based off of this whole storyline.
I think it's goofy enough as it is, man.
I could see Frank Drebin putting his finger in there and the bird latching on and like he's throwing the cage around. And
Right.
Blood
flying everywhere.
Yes.
And JJ's, facing the other way and completely oblivious.
Oh, man.
Do you remember how it used to look downtown? Yeah, you bet you do.
Yeah, exactly. He played with me until we broke up.
How far did they go in the relationship? Do they explain that in this?
They don't. They definitely imply that they were,
Okay.
horizontal.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there would be no, reference to being celibate and whatnot.
That's right. Good point. See, if you're a detective, you go around and you touch things.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, like I was saying earlier, David Wallace is the blonde-haired guy here. He was in. Not only was he on General Hospital, but he was kind of like the go-to guy for horror movies. He always seemed to wind up in a number of them at the time.
Really? I'm curious.
Like
what
the
he was
Funhouse
in.
and Humongous and some other ones.
Who was he in the Funhouse? Hold on. I love the Funhouse. That's a great little slasher. Give me a second.
He might not have been in that one, but he was.
He
in
might
a bunch
have
of them.
been. He might have been. Not in that one. Let me find out. Robbie Benson, you said? There's a movie called Rent-A-Cop.
Was Burt Reynolds in that one?
Are you thinking of Cop and a Half? No, Burt Reynolds
Maybe.
wasn't. No, he was in it. Yeah, he was in it. And Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
Look at that. Police are involved now.
I was just gonna say the Files of Police Squad.
I would figure the fire department would be showing up, right?
There you go.
Okay. Oh, there they are. Never mind. Okay.
And this is where we came in.
Mm-hmm.
How do you bulk up a movie? You show the same scene twice.
My kids, they're not going to be playing anymore after this. See, aren't these like fantasy RPGs supposed to be like exciting?
Yeah.
Full of adventure. This movie's not exciting.
Yeah, good point.
This movie's not
Yeah,
exciting
this
at
doesn't
all.
really sell the role playing game thing.
Like,
but
I'm
then
falling
again,
asleep
I don't
here.
think that was the intent.
I'm gonna punch the kid with the hats. He's wearing too many hats. It's like Donald Duck in that one cartoon.
Oh, he's wearing the same hat he wore earlier, so he does repeat sometimes.
Did you ever see the Donald Duck cartoon where he went to the robot museum?
I don't think so.
It's a fascinating thing. When he first enters, a robot butler comes and says, "Your hat, sir," and he steals his sailor hat. He's like, "No, no, no," like he takes it off his hat. And then what Donald does next is he like puts his hands together, reaches in the thing, and pulls out another hat. And it's a different hat each time. And then the robot keeps coming out, "Your hat, sir," and he keeps fighting the robot to get his hat, and then he brings another hat out. It was a neat gag in that little thing. It's
now he thinks he's Hillary Queen. I'm pretty drunk.
Well, he's got the bottle in the drawer and he's pouring the coffee, right?
Right.
He's dead.
You killed your friend. Now get out of here.
Yeah, with your stupid game. Why couldn't you just take up tennis? Right?
Now he's wearing a deer stalker.
He named his bird after a wizard.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
Nerd alert.
If he's dead or alive, we don't know.
Yeah. Schrodinger's Robbie. He's either alive or dead.
Okay, I have a theory as to what happened, why these posters are on the wall. It was probably being shot the summer Blade Runner came out, and someone on set was a huge fan, and they had to dress up the room. We have to dress up the room. Okay,
or somebody on the production team was trying to promote the movie.
Maybe.
The night he didn't come home.
Right.
Yeah, basically, yeah. This is bad.
Oh, on his birthday. So again, we got a birthday connection for why you picked this movie, right?
Is this New York City?
Yeah.
Dude, was Slayer playing?
I guess.
How did he get to New York City if he's in this daze? Did he just walk there in a daze?
I don't know. There may have been a taxi involved.
In a 42nd Street Grindhouse film not far away.
Yeah, pretty much.
He walked past the theater that had Amityville playing.
Amityville 1 or 2?
I don't know. I just
2.
caught it. It said Amityville. Did it say 2?
It was 2. Yeah.
That was the one with the Montelli family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what any character from Aces and Monsters would do? Go on a quest?
Sure.
It's the two towers. What they're really referring to is the Twin Towers, right?
Yep. She'll figure that out in a little bit.
Uh-oh. Where's Charles Bronson?
Right.
Nobody
Who are
here
you?
thinks they're in a movie. They're just being filmed.
I know. It's my spells. Ah.
I'll just run down a dead end alley.
Why do street punks always look the same? There was a
Because
wonderful
tropes.
there was a wonderful episode of Perfect Strangers where I forget what the reporter guy's name was. Him and Balky, and he was dressed. He was undercover, like trying to get a story undercover about the drug dealing. So he dressed in like a Death Wish style punk outfit with the ripped jeans and the bandana. And then Balky shows up dressed like John Johnson from Miami Vice. It was the most ridiculous. And I know he thought that Balky was dressed ridiculously, but he was dressed just as ridiculously with his punk outfit. It's is that a Gorgon or Gorn, whatever it is?
Whoops.
Finish the job, dude.
Demogorgon, Boosh said. Oh, I saw Superman in the background there.
Which
Must have
Superman?
gone past the comic book store.
Superman 2, maybe? Just generic regular Superman. All right.
Yeah, it was like the bottom half of a cardboard cutout.
All right, Holden Caulfield, enough of the foolishness. Let's get back to school now.
Right.
Yeah, right. That book, let me tell you, I read that freshman year high school, and they're like saying, this is being told from the perspective of a young man who had a nervous breakdown. Okay, well, that's great. And I'm reading the book, and I'm waiting for the moment when he has the nervous breakdown. It don't happen. Just a bunch of BS. So it's important to read Salinger so you can get references and other things, right?
Yeah, he's lost. Boosh says he's lost in a fantasy world, but he knows how to use a phone.
No, this is Robbie trying to get out.
Yeah.
There's blood on my knife.
See, that's a Tom Hanks performance.
Yeah.
I'm in New York City. In the phone booth on the corner.
Yes. On the corner of Walk and Don't Walk.
Yes. Oh my goodness! Why did I pick this?
But he misdials. He misdials and he gets Rudy from the Cosby Show.
Oh, that'd be
yeah,
funny.
right.
I would love that. Yeah. Leave your bloody handprint on the.
I'm in a crystal prison in a demon city. That's great.
It's New York. What phone doesn't have a bloody fingerprint on it?
I know, right?
Well, that's
right.
true. That is very true.
Because this is kind of pre-Giuliani, you know.
Yes.
True.
Oh man, New York City.
Yeah, Boosh is agreeing with you.
But to go back for a minute, in defense of Catcher in the Rye, I think it kind of depends on kind of where you're at when you read it. You know?
No, sure. I was referring to my 13-year-old
Yeah.
self. No, it's a classic. I'm not picking on
Yeah.
Salinger.
I was when I was a little bit older when I got to it, but
Yeah.
it's one of those. It made sense at the time, but I wonder if I went back and reread it now, what I would think.
I'm sure it's still a great book. I need to read Salinger's other work actually. That's what I need to plan to do though.
Bush says he's been missing a week, right? That sounds about right to me. Sure.
Something like that, yeah.
There is no reason that door should open.
He unlocked it with his mind, with his secret Tom Hanks powers.
I
Right.
don't know.
His spells.
Has he run into the man without a home yet? Is that the proper person without a home? Because apparently homeless is now an offensive term.
Is it?
Which is kind of funny because it was created as the non-offensive term because instead of bum or vagrant, right?
Yeah, and this is
And
why
now it's the
I'm sick and tired of it. It's like, I don't give a crap what word you want me to use. I'm going to use whatever the frick word I want to use.
Oh. That's where the guy says, "I'm the king of France," right?
Yep.
This is so bad. This movie doesn't end.
Hey, you picked it, dude. Happy birthday.
I was gonna go with Bad Ronald. We should have done Bad Ronald. We had this creeper living inside the walls.
Bush is suggesting domicile challenged.
Funny.
Now I want to hear Angela. Do, 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 do.
Do you think if Fandango did like a, like they did a limited one night only at theaters, people would go see this on the big screen, huh?
I bet more people would go see this than are going to go see Indiana Jones.
Oh. Tom Hanks is good at screaming.
Yeah.
See, I think to make this really special, he should have killed some people along the way.
Yeah.
Like knock some guy into an
Not
upcoming
just
subway or
stab
something.
somebody in the stomach.
Yeah,
and,
no, I mean that would have been. And then he's like in a sanatorium later.
There is
on.
no way that wound would kill him
No.
unless like he didn't go and get it.
He's got to go
treated.
get it looked at. Yeah, but he'll probably be all right.
Oh, that music. Do you know who that is?
Who?
That's the guy who played Jack Marshak in Friday the 13th, the series.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dragon.
Honey, more food showed up.
Yeah.
Chris Wiggins, thank you.
Great Hall. The Twin Towers, World Trade Center.
Yep. You were very wise. What's that smell? Oh, that's pee.
Oh man, what kind of car is that?
A Yugo, maybe?
Yeah, look, you can't park here. You
Yeah, right.
can't leave that car in front of this building. What the hell's wrong with you anyway?
I'm telling you, this is just. Uh-oh. Do you think that that's like another thing, like how the mom always has to redo the rooms? Is that like another?
Yeah, I do think it's meant to be a commentary on if not mental illness, then at least obsession to avoid something. She finally came up with something he actually liked.
What does it look like, a movie studio or something?
Yeah. Like with a Casablanca kind of feel to it.
I like the suspenseful music, right? Not really suspenseful, but I don't know. Like, can you feel the tension? Deleted scenes, huh? Just
Hank's knife, blood, right?
Did you ever see this movie, Deleted Scenes? This your first time?
I saw it back in the day and had
Okay.
no clue what I was watching. Because the thing with me is, and it's something that's kind of still the case, is I'm not really steeped in the lore of Dungeons and Dragons, so I never really understood what the big deal was. It was something the older kids did, So,
Dude, you could get a gyro for $2 and change.
85 cents for a slice of pizza.
It's ridiculous. This is what happens when you have inflation, people. I'm just saying. Oh.
you are truly a wizard.
You know what would be funny if they went into the tower, went up to the top of the roof to get to Robbie, and he's on the other tower across, and then jumps off.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Just so bad.
Bush was saying, don't forget, there's also taxes that are very high in New York. Not just inflation. Hey, I'm walking here.
There's a lot of scenes of walking in this made-for-TV movie.
Okay.
Oh, look at that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's a 50-50 chance, right?
It's an escalator. It's already going up. That's what I would have said to them.
And then I'd say, get out of my way, you lazy slob.
Listen to me. There's etiquette. There's Robbie.
He said, excuse me.
Scavenger hunt.
Roof closed.
No, it's not. Not today. Sorry.
You got to put a quarter in those things. Just go look out.
Yeah.
Go back to the lobby. We're 110 stories up.
Yeah, I know. This is like... I never got to go there. I should have. I was in the city a year before that happened, too, and I could have done it. I mean, it's no Chicago, you know.
Right.
New
Yeah,
York
I mean, you know,
City.
we got the Sears Tower.
Yeah. I guess now what's the tallest? The Empire State Building in New York? I guess that's the...
Yeah, the Sears Tower was taller than Empire State.
Right.
And now I guess Burj Dubai or something like that is taller. I don't know. I haven't kept up with it.
Robbie would be leaving footprints.
And you know, the
filth on
people
that
on the
carpet.
Sears would be like, would you just pick a floor already?
I'm sure they have elevators, right? I mean, well, I know they did on that horrible day, but
Bush
I mean,
makes a
it's
great point. Call him Pardue, you idiots, if you want him to respond to you.
Yeah. Oh, who's in the chat? Lady Miss is here. Welcome, Lady Miss.
Oh,
Thank you
hi,
for all the
Lady Miss.
birthday cakes. Look at
And of
this.
course, I want to remind everyone in the chat to hit the like, shout out the stream, comment in the comments, all that good stuff. Helps the algorithm.
Even if the comments are how bad this movie is.
It's still better than Willow, though. Willow
Well,
the
okay,
series, I
good
mean.
point.
Willow the series.
Yeah.
Which is not going to get a season 2 because it's not even going to be on Disney+. Plus. You know what's interesting about all these shows that get removed from streaming? There's no physical edition available, so they're just gone now. Right?
You know what people in New York love? Being given permission to get out of an elevator. Duh.
See, we need like an old security. Which one of you kids trigger that door?
Right.
The door? No, we never counted on this. I'm not trying to bag on him here, but did you see where that gamer stream that Nerderotic was in?
No.
And he couldn't figure out how to use the door. It was so funny.
Like he goes up to the door and it doesn't open, and he doesn't know what he's
Like,
supposed to hit.
what do I do? And they're like,
press
it's a door,
buttons.
Gary.
You press buttons.
Yeah. Oh, you have
that
absolute
must have been
authority.
a pretty
Okay.
good
Oh,
view.
yeah.
So yeah, start crying now.
Well, oh no, not the music, please, not the music.
Hey, they paid good money
I'll
for
take
that
the
song.
bees. I'll take the bees.
Oh,
And as I recall, this is pretty much it.
Yeah, there's just an epilogue now. 3
Oh,
months
okay, yeah.
later,
Mhm.
in the $6 Million Man script.
oh.
Okay. Yeah, I remember this bit now. Okay.
So that's the implication that she is Rona Jaffe's self-insert in the story.
That's so bad.
Yes, they're going to visit Robbie at the home. And they have rubber rooms. You notice that like all of them come from rich families? It's like these are only the kind of problems that rich people have, you know?
I know.
Oh, look, the people who helped drive my son crazy.
Yeah, pretty
Well-
much. You know how long it took us to get him off that game, and then you just invited him right back
Right.
in. You know, yeah, because he's nuts.
Yeah, JJ's family had a four-story Manhattan condo. We could have cast Jane Wyman.
Thank
as
you,
well.
Commander Ed Exposition.
Are there any Star Trek links on this made-for-TV movie? Anything? Any actors show up like in an episode or something like that?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of. Oh, Big Al might know one.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Look, they're overusing the Gorvilles too in this. You know, just like the song.
Yeah.
Connie's asking, is the kid back in from Meatballs too? He might have been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't be
don't know.
Probably.
The what?
Oh my God, the tennis shorts.
It's just
Yeah.
so bad. The innkeeper and his wife, is that are those his parents?
Yes.
It's just so bad. At least he's happy though, right? You know?
I guess.
I'm reminded of the Simpsons episode where I think what was it? Bart decided Mr. Burns was looking for an heir and he selected Bart, and then Bart eventually just starts, okay, I'm Mr. Burns' son now, right? And like he gets brainwashed, and Homer has to hire someone, the guy that got Patty Hearst out of the group, and so he says, okay, hire him. And he goes and he kidnaps Bart, and he's seen with the whole term, you do not love Mr. Burns, you love Homer and Marge, you love Homer and Marge. And like 2 weeks later, well, it took a long time, but I got it back. And then it's Hans Molman, the old guy. He dresses Bart and acting like Bart. And it's just,
Big Al said Lloyd Boomer played Booner, who played Robbie's dad, was in Battlestar Galactica.
there you go. That's a science fiction. They played one last game of Mazes and Monsters.
Well, that's a downer.
So what? He never came
Yeah.
out of his.
Yeah,
his
that's
No.
what she's basically saying. Yeah.
There's some pretty good credits are about to roll now. It's the song.
Oh God, Boomer! Only for you, man.
This is
Happy
terrible.
birthday, man.
This does not get better each time I watch it. This does not.
I'll tell you what, this makes the Star Wars holiday special look like,
It does. Unfortunately, it's better. It's better casting David Graham.
Well, that's
give me
That's
Ouija
interesting.
Shark
Yeah.
again for crying out loud.
Now, question for you. Is Boy in the Plastic Bubble, is that better than this?
It's pretty bad. And you know how I am about, films that are based on real people. So it really bothers the hell out of me. It's like that one didn't need to be a docudrama. That needed to be an actual, documentary. Just
so. Troy, just a quick question, kind of slightly off topic.
Sure.
Where are you on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
haven't seen it.
No?
No, I need to see it, but I have not.
I've seen it.
I certainly want to.
Did
Are you judging me for that?
No. No, I'm curious because it's a movie that it's fictionalized, but there are, real people in it.
Well, now see, there are. See, I made the same comment about what was that movie that Quentin Tarantino did with where the Jewish brigade goes and kills the Nazis.
Yes, Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Now I love that, but I know what that is. That is
Same thing with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm not going to spoil too much,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
it's
a wish fulfillment
very
thing.
much
Yes,
clearly not meant to be, telling a true story. It's like we're using fictional people, or we're using real people in a very fictionalized, tongue-in-cheek kind of way. Just like, I mean, it would be like watching Airplane or something, and they do a character who's supposed to be the Queen of England. It's like, you don't believe this movie actually happened just because they show someone who's supposed to be the Queen of England, right? But
right.
Yeah,
And to be fair, I will say, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the title gives it away. It's a fairy tale. This is a fantasy.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I do recommend it to Troy sometime to give it a look. Okay, yeah.
yeah. So there you go.
This is terrible. This was not well thought out.
I mean, you want to remind me why you wanted to watch this movie?
I wanted to do a made-for-TV movie, and we actually have brought this one up. We brought this up on several occasions. Here's the deal:
Right.
I ain't working on my birthday. I don't care. My birthday. We're not going to do a normal. We're going to have a fun stream. If my birthday was on Monday, we different story. Wait, the Naked Gun was all bull crap. Yes, Boosh McFadden. Yes.
Yeah.
And Lady Miss, I was waiting for the mermaid to show up. Then I realized that's a different movie.
Yeah. We have Patrick in Chicago in the chat. First time I'm seeing him. Hello. He says we're being too hard on an old B movie. We're kind of saying a lot of this stuff in jest. There's
Patrick's my buddy. He's my
I
IT
see.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was helping
I
me
mean,
with my computer today.
This is not like the worst movie ever made or anything, but you got to.
It's not good enough.
No, and the thing was that like I said, it was that whole satanic panic thing in
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons is if you play this game, you're going to flip out like
It
Hanks
would be-
does, and it's no.
Anyone who has any interest should probably check out. There's a bunch of YouTube videos that
Yeah.
talk about that whole satanic
Mhm.
panic. I remember some televangelist who had like a bunch of D&D books in a garbage can. He throws a match on it, and they don't catch fire. The match bounces out, as generally happens when you throw a match at a bunch of plasticized books. He's like, "Oh, that's the devil," and then it's like, "Oh, for crying out loud!"
Do you know
what?
there was a Jack Chick comic written about D&D. You know those
Oh
little
yes,
Jack
I
Chick?
saw those too. Yeah, I used to get those all the time. They passed them out in Mansfield, Ohio, all the time, and
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
like, "Okay, yeah, I'll read this. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I'm done."
What was funny? Well, some guy wrote underneath it. He's like, "Where were all the hot satanic chicks at my D&D games?"
I know, right?
Again, it's like,
As far as I see it, just kind of critiquing the movie on its own right now. They don't make the game interesting, and that's the
No.
problem. You don't understand the rules. It's not explained.
No.
It's just what is the
It almost
goal?
depends
You don't
on
get
you.
it.
It almost depends on you having a pseudo knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons to begin
Yeah.
with. And yeah, that really is the problem here, because that's part of the storytelling, right?
Mhm.
That understanding of what the game is and why it should be this way, is an element that they've completely, overlooked. So whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not properly set up, I guess. Because it's obvious that Hanks is kind of already going nuts at the beginning. It's that whole sort of Jack Torrance thing. In The Shining, in the Kubrick Shining, it's obvious that Nicholson's already going nuts before
Right.
they get to the hotel.
Yes.
It's kind of the same thing here. He's already kind of a broken guy before
Exactly.
he gets into all of this.
That's exactly right. I mean, and that from Kubrick's point of view, I mean, at least that makes it the fact that people still to this day debate on whether or not, it's real or it's all in his head, or, blah, 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 and this and that. Here it's very, very heavy handed.
Yeah.
The only moral I got is rich people yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm not really. I was never really a D&D guy. I never really got it, so and nothing I've seen on it has made me understand. I'm not trying to hack on anybody who likes the game. If you like it, go for it. But it was never really anything that I was into.
Yeah.
And this movie doesn't really help.
And Patrick makes a great point here. It is, and that is what this came down to. It really is a little slice of history. This isn't what Dungeons and Dragons was about. As I pointed out at the time to my mother, it is a dramatization of what a bunch of kooks thought it was.
Yeah. It's a time capsule for the time.
So you said the book wasn't any better.
No.
Was there any difference in the book?
Oh yeah. It was the characters were much better fleshed out. This took a mediocre story and made it really bad by stripping out all the character development that would make you care about the characters,
Yeah.
So yeah, it is another example of the book is better than the movie, but in this case, don't go out of your way for the book. It's probably not worth it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and we never wandered around in caves in real life when we played Dungeons and Dragons. Boosh. No.
Might have been fun.
Right.
Oh.
And Robbie Benson did go on to be a bit of a heartthrob. He was in the Tiger Beat magazines and all that kind of stuff. And later on, he would be the voice of Beast in Beauty and the Beast.
The animated movie. The Disney
Yes,
one.
the real one. not the fake live action remake.
Oh no, I don't want to think about the live action remake.
There shouldn't be any live action remakes.
We're getting Little Mermaid in a little while. Yeah, actually, next weekend we might actually be able to talk about box office for Little Mermaid. I'm curious as to how that's going to do.
Yeah, that's gonna be
It'll be
another
telling.
Disney shit show that we can enjoy.
They have that. They have Elemental, which is another Pixar movie coming out, and then Indy 5. Those are the big three this summer. They already did Guardians, which I think has done what it's going to do. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, if you want to go through the week, we can. I just don't have any notes in front of me. So.
It's fine. So, tomorrow night is nothing. Tuesday night, I don't believe Deleted Scenes has anything going. Not Deleted Scenes. Mr. Magic has anything going on.
Right. But Wednesday, you guys are going to watch another
no.
really great movie.
I don't
Oh, come
think I
on. It's
can
going to
do
be
it.
better by comparison, guys.
I don't think I can
Yeah, I'm
do
looking
it.
forward to
No,
this.
the whole Mariel Hemingway. No.
Oh, she'll make that movie watchable at least.
Well,
I guess if you like Mariel Hemingway, you might like it. She's like kind of his new love interest in that movie. Yeah, but Lois Lane's in it. Margot Kidder came back for it, so she's in it too. There's this weird thing where he's on a double date where Clark Kent and Superman are on a double date with Lois Lane and this other woman. And he has to keep leaving and coming in as Clark, and then Superman comes in.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, that's not a bad idea.
I'll be honest with you though.
Funny.
If you want to see a Mariel Hemingway, Star 80 or Personal Best. I mean,
quit teasing.
Star 80, that was based on what's her name? The Playboy
Dorothy
Playmate,
Stratton.
Dorothy Stratton.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was awful what happened to her. Okay.
Yep. So Wednesday. Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday
Netters
night.
Network.
Thursday night, Netters Network. Because it is the 25th, which is the real Star Wars date. Netter is going to be having 6 from Midnight's Edge and Midnight's Edge After Dark. The woman I think that works behind the scenes to make those shows really happen. She will be joining Netter and talking some Star Wars and talking her background in fandom.
Oh.
As a lead into, we have another birthday coming up on Friday. Yep, on Friday. Look forward to wishing Big Al of Big Al Presents a happy birthday. Yeah. He'll be going live earlier in the evening. I think that's like 6 or 7. And that depends on whether you're East Coast or Central. But he'll be having a birthday stream, so make sure you stop by and say hi and wish him a happy birthday. Before y'all come on over to Last Call at 9 Central, 10 Eastern, where we will be continuing the Star Wars enthusiasm, doing a watch party of the original Star Wars, and that is the original theatrical release. So no Episode 4, no A New Hope, no Jabba and Boba Fett, and Han shot only. Which brings us around to Saturday. We're going back over to Netters Network, where we will be doing another watch party of a movie we missed in the bees for her. It's Boxing Helena. That is
what?
Yep.
That's a controversial movie.
It might have been at the time. Looking back, it's only controversial because it didn't do very well. We'll talk more about that, but that's Jennifer Lynch's film. She doesn't like talking about too much. She's not too proud of it. I liked it. I just I feel like the ending, she doesn't commit to it the way her father would have, just my opinion. That'll be on Saturday, which brings us around to Unscripted with Stephen Otten, Deleted Scenes. What do you already know what the topic is for next week?
Not yet.
Okay, so just make sure you subscribe to Deleted Scenes. and his show is always a great lead into Geeky Geezers next week, same time, same bat channel. And this we'll be back to form with all your favorite geeky news.
Yeah, and we'll probably be talking about how Disney is removing a lot of their stuff from their streaming, which I think is an interesting story. I don't think too many people are talking about. Maybe I'm wrong.
Not enough, and I have a pretty
very interesting.
I have an interesting take on it. So we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah. We'll talk about it next week. All right. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for bearing with us, maybe in the not most well thought out.
Only for you and only on your birthday, my friend. Happy birthday.
My word. This is never again. What are they thinking?
Well,
as the angry video game nerd would say. Yes.
At least it wasn't the Castle of Fu Manchu.
Oh, there you go. Exactly.
Oh, cool. All right. Y'all have a good week, and I'll catch you on the flip side.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night, Pardue. Okay.
Good night.
Oh.